Thank you. I really thought the Air Force song was the best one. All right, now we're going to have our Badger Girl State representatives come up and read some poems for us. Kelli Clostermery will be doing Flanders Field and Who Will Wear the Poppy. And Gracie Voegeli will be doing the Flowers of Remembrance. And We Shall Keep the Faith. We had a few changes, so I'm a little behind the power curve. Okay.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. That marks our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders field. Take up our quarrels with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if you break faith with us who died. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field. Who will wear a poppy on our poppy day? I will, says the mother, for 5 boys who went away. Who will wear a poppy to honor those who fell? I will, says the doctor. I've some memories of that hell. I will, the welfare worker says. I know what poppies do for widows of our veterans and their helpless children too. I will, each World War veteran says. There are close ties that bind each one of us to help the rest, the crippled and the blind. I will, says the preacher. I don't believe in war, but I do believe in healing wounds. That's what the poppy is for. No single one replies, I won't. Instead, each with a thrill, we hear each good American say, when asked to wear, I will. O you who sleep in Flanders fields, sleep sweet to rise anew. We caught the torch you threw, and holding high, we keep the faith with all who died. We cherish too the poppy red that grows on fields where valor led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies, but lends a luster to the red of the flowers that blooms above the dead in Flanders field. And now the torch in poppy red we wear in honor of our dead. Fear not that ye have died for naught, we'll teach the lessons that ye have wrought in Flanders field. The veteran in his hospital bed fashions a poppy from paper red. With a deep sigh he shakes his head, thinking of the many wars dead. 1 petal, comrades of the World War I. 2nd petal, World War II, his son. A 3rd petal, Korea, 'tis nearly done. The last petal, Vietnam, his grandson. Blood is the price of freedom so rare, he thinks, and many have done their share. Will they remember the people out there? I wonder sometimes if they still care. Surely we will keep the faith, you and me. Over our hearts a poppy will be, to honor the men who kept us free, our Yanks who served to eternity. For the poppy of paper, so small, so red, a token remembrance of the dead, for men who paid the price, for the poppy of sacrifice.
Right now we have another small change in the program. Denny Antoni, our quartermaster for our post, is putting up a wreath to honor our dead. And we were going to do it over at the memorial, but once again it would be blown around, I'm sure. But this is a wreath we were going to put out. It says heroes on it, and everyone is. All right, now we come to another special part of the program. Our namesake for this Coubertin's Trapp post, one of the names is Otto Trapp. And I'm going to let Sergeant First Class Alan Foss give you the history of how this all came about, his Purple Heart. And I don't want to steal any of his thunder, so welcome Sergeant First Class Alan Foss.
Thank you. Like you said, I'm Sergeant First Class Foss for the Wisconsin Army National Guard, and I work for the Army National Guard as the Freedom of Information FOIA Privacy Act and retired records manager for Wisconsin. I work every day making sure that soldiers that are looking for missing military records find what they are looking for to receive the benefits they've earned for serving their country. I'm very proud to be standing here this Memorial Day in Sun Prairie with the VFW 9362. I was invited to be part of the Memorial Day to remember a very important citizen from Sun Prairie that joined the Army Air Corps back in 1943. His name is Otto Trapp. He comes from a very well-known family in Sun Prairie. I am blessed to meet Aggie McCutcheon and her husband Dave and many of the other relatives from the Trapp family. Just so Aggie knows that I do read her email this morning, I read her email and there was a clipping from a newspaper. The picture had a member from the VFW standing in a cemetery next to a young boy. They're looking at a grave marker with an American flag. The caption reads, "This is a real American idol. Otto, you're an idol." In 1998, a Purple Heart was purchased at a garage sale in Walworth County near Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It was being sold for $3. The people that sold this evidently did not know they were selling priceless metal from World War II. Looking at the back of the Purple Heart, the name was engraved on the back. On the back was Otto Trapp. When I saw the name on the back, I knew I had to find out the story behind it and where it belonged. I started to look for information about Otto in 1998. Working with the retired records section and having the knowledge to look for records helped me out a lot. I went to the Department of Veterans Affairs with Otto's name to see if they had any information on him. They had a 3x5 card with limited information. It said he was part of the 320 bomber group in World War II. He also was killed during the war, but it did not have a location from where Otto was from. But it did have a location for where Otto was from, I'm sorry. He was from Sun Prairie. I started my search looking for Trapp families in Sun Prairie area, including Jefferson County. I even tried Walworth County. I searched home phone numbers and called many asking if anybody was related to Otto Trapp. I was surprised to find no one that said they even knew of him. So I just kept the Purple Heart and knew someday I would find a family member to give it to. My intentions were to go to the house, tell them that the Purple Heart was bought at a garage sale for $3. I just wanted to give it back to the family it belongs to. I know God put me in the position to return to the family. I do not want to let him down. For about 10 years I was working the retired, I was not working the retired records section. They moved me to the computer field. But 3 years ago, I put out to the universe that I wanted to return to the retired records field again. I miss helping soldiers and their relatives find records they needed. That thought came true. I was asked to take over the position again after 10 years. I knew I still had the Purple Heart of Otto Trapp and needed to return it to a family member. The search continues. About 4 months ago, Tom Thomas walked into my office. He works for the ESGR and also is part of the EAA. I never knew him before this. He was looking for information about an airman that was from Wisconsin to write a story for a magazine, Flight Magazine. I was able to find that information for him, the information that he needed. I told Tom that I had a Purple Heart that needed to go back to the family. He did some research and emailed me back a couple days. He said that the VFW in Sun Prairie was named after Otto Trapp and Klubertons. I contacted Ralph Brandenburg and he confirmed that it was named after them. Right now I want to bring up Aggie and Penny. I'm sorry, Peg. Okay. Today, I'm presenting Purple Heart, Otto Trapp, to Aggie and Peg. And it's been 70 years since he's gone. Ottawa, Michigan, France, 70 years ago. This is a special day for the Trapp family and the VFW. Purple Heart is where it belongs.
Commander Ralph Brandenburg from 9362.
On behalf of Peg and I and our families, we'd like to present for Marshal Ralph to post 9362. Thank you.
If you be out there in the foyer locked up, you're welcome to see it when you go by.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move